Hey everyone, today we're going to go over one of the options you have to create your own optical illusion. This first one we like to call, or I like to call, your donut or your onion ring, bagel kind of artwork. And the reason being, it has groups of circles, one where a smaller circle is inside a larger circle. So if you could please, at this time, you're going to want to work with 1 to 3 large circles on your paper, and then go back in and draw some smaller circles on the inside. And it's okay to have some hang off the edge of your paper. This design will still be visible and manageable with it going off the paper. Once you have your 3 circles, you're going to work with your ruler. And for this design to work and be workable or viewable and realistic with your optical illusions, you're going to need to work with horizontal lines. I do not recommend doing this one with vertical lines. For this, you're going to want to take your ruler, line it up with the top of your paper, and you're going to draw a horizontal line that goes behind the rims of your donuts / onion rings, bagels. For this practice, you can make them the width of the ruler. You don't have to worry about making them tiny since it is a practice. On the final draft, you may want to vary the thickness of these lines so you get more realism or more realistic optical illusions. So I'm going to do this. Remember, go behind the rims of the circle. That means you can see it on the inside. So I have my horizontal lines all going behind my objects, my circles, my onion rings, donuts, bagels, etc. The next step is going to be adding our curved lines. Okay, our curved lines actually help it look as though this piece is curving out or coming out of us. Now, before I do that, I'm actually realizing that there's not enough lines developed for this, so I'm going to go back and divide some of these ones in half. That way, the illusion is more realistic. All right, so now for those curved lines that I was talking about. You are going to go and you're going to want to work with a frown line shape. So a shape or a line that curves up and then down. Okay, you can think of this like a molehill, a bump, a wavy line, something that though follows the curve like a frown. So it goes up and then down, up and then down. You are going to connect these horizontal lines, the ends of your horizontal lines, with those bumpy frown lines. There we go, that's what I'm saying. Just on the left and right side of your onion rings, donuts. Save the uppers for later. I find it easier to start at the bottom of the ring and work my way up. That way my curve stays the same on each one. Now for the bottom, it's kind of easy. You're going to actually just elongate your ring and stretch it over. Just make a long curved line. For the top, we get a little confusing sometimes. So we still have to connect using a long line, but sometimes if there's a lot of space between this curved line and then the ring, or the inner ring, I like to add in a little curved trapezoid, and this just helps us to give the illusion of an area of shadow or curving on the donut. Your next step would be to add color. We're not going to worry about color right now. We're going to, since this is a practice, we're going to work on our value. Now for our valuing and shading, you're going to want to use the side of the pencil, the corner edge of your lead. You are going to want to work on the same sides of each interior circle. Okay? So we're going to first start there. We're going to use a curved line, follow the curve, just half of the interior circle gets this shadow mark. You can make it darker the closer it is to the rim, and it gets lighter the further away it goes out. This is like a normal traditional shadow, where it's dark really close to the connecting surface. You can use your finger, you can use a piece of paper. I recommend a piece of paper, but since it's a practice, I'm just going to use my finger. Okay, remember, all of my circles, in order for this to be realism or realistic, all of my circles get the same shade or shading on the same side. Next comes time for the other edge of our paper, or of our rings, and this is going to further help your images pop out. We're going to follow now the opposite of the outside ring, because again our shadow or our light source is coming from the left over here, so that would mean that this edge of our ring, or the rim of our ring, would have the shading on this side, the right side. Using my opposite, the edge of my pencil, use my finger, help smudge it out. And we're going to do that for the same, or for all of them. And this will help our image look more realistic, more as though, or look as though the image is coming out at us from this paper. I'm going to do this for the other two. That's it for this practice though. Thanks. Bye.